Luigi, why did Jesus tell people to abandon their families? That's weird.
What?
Why did Jesus tell people to abandon their families?
No, Jesus again is ironically, he's using hyperbole again, and in fact that was specifically a Jewish idiom, and what he's specifically referring to in that particular passage is placing God above your family.
Which passage?
Are you talking about where he says to sell all your belongings and leave your father and mother to follow him?
No. Luke 14:26. If anyone comes to me and does not hate father and mother, wife and children, brothers and sisters, yes, even their own life, such a person cannot be my disciple.
Yes, hate in the sense of compared to their love for God.
Not what it says.
That is what it says. And by the way, I'm not sola scriptura. I'm an Orthodox Christian, so I have the Church Father commentary that gives me who knew the apostles, who knew Jesus. So I have further clarification for what these passages mean. These kind of arguments work on Protestants. They don't work on us.
They do, because it still says that hate.
No, we know from
hate doesn't mean less liking. That's not what that word means.
It does in Greek. It actually does mean that in Greek. And we know again from the Church Father commentary on these passages and the interpretation from the Orthodox Church that is what Jesus is referring to. Obviously, Jesus
According
is not. Craig, think about how ridiculous this is. Craig, Jesus says to love your neighbor as yourself. You think he's actually saying like hate your father and mother? Like you should despise.
Well, there's a lot of contradictions in the Bible. That's the thing.
Like this
Jesus,
is
there's a lot of things. Jesus said a lot of bad things to contradict the things that happen.
Yeah,
so,
basically all of your standards of morality you are borrowing from Jesus. So
that's not true.
So Biscuit Bro says prisons are a consequence of social structure. They are subjective. This is dumb. I don't understand what they mean.
Wait, can you read it again?
They say prisons are a consequence of social structure. They are subjective. This is dumb. It's a big brain comment there. I don't know what that means.
He doesn't like prisons, I guess.
ZB says, everyone rate Dr. Crispy's name out of 10. You can put that in live chat, folks. Richie says, Craig, do you think religious people are more likely to give kids up for adoption because they don't believe in abortion? Atheists just have abortions.
Actually, a lot of in fact, there's a big TV show about it, about some religious families that have lots and lots and lots of children, and one religious family that had 4 children and then got pregnant 3 more times. Each time gave the baby up for adoption because they physically couldn't afford it, or instead them putting that child into a life in the adoption system. Whereas if they had the medical care and the abortion and stuff, then that child wouldn't have ended up in adoption. So yeah, the fact that you force people to have babies that they might not want to causes a lot of problems. It's like we care about the fetus, but fuck it after it's born.
This one coming in from, chat, do want to, as long as you're within YouTube terms of service. So I know that the live chat sometimes is lively, same as always. Like you can't say, like I can't say it on, but you can't say NIGGER. You can't say that. We ought not probably talk about the serum in the live chat either. But otherwise, it is a pretty
Niger, the country in Africa, right?
That's right. We got to follow YouTube terms of service. We don't want that stuff. But otherwise it's pretty like flexible in chat. So if you want to make fun of my haircut, whatever, it's a fair game. It's a free country. This one from ZB says, we got that one. Richie says, Craig, do you think religious people are more...
I don't scare him, so he won't bite, and he hasn't got venom. Now that's a python, but it's very difficult from a distance to tell a python from a... You might have cut his body.
It starts with his. Just his can make exceptions based on abstract.
Yeah.
What do you do?
Well, if I watch
is it
telly,
possible that his is a type
you get a close in on this?
Luigi?
Oh my god.
Luigi can make exceptions based on abstract post hoc apology.
Oh my god, look at that.
Maybe. I
Oh,
don't
it's gonna
know.
let go, yep.
If that
Did that hurt?
No.
makes sense to
Sorry,
anybody.
sorry.
I don't know.
The reason I'm doing this is because this one...
Bro, you gotta give me more words. I don't know what you're saying. ZB says low taper fade, low IQ arguments, shaking my head. What is low taper fade? Do I have a low taper fade?
Probably me. He's probably for me.
But you don't have a low taper fade, do you?
People are saying about your hair, Luigi. What's wrong with your hair?
I don't know.
We can't see because Luigi's in the dark. What are you doing over there in the dark by yourself, Luigi?
You need a bit better light in there.
I need to get one of those ring lights, one of those fancy ring lights.
This one from Calvin says, "Don't worry, Craig. You can still ask Jesus for forgiveness. Still."
No, thank you. I don't want a racist to give me forgiveness.
Biscuit Bro says it's pronounced Gordon Peterson. That's the same guy where I don't understand why he says what he says. This one says, Jesus Eber Martinez says, my girlfriend said, quote, if you love me, smash your PlayStation, unquote. I picked up a hammer and swung. Mid-swing, she stopped me and I was happy I proved my love. Should I stay or should I leave her? I think they're drawing an analogy between God telling Abraham to sacrifice Isaac. I'll give you a chance, Louise.
Can you read it one more time? Now that I'm thinking about it in that context.
It said, my girlfriend said, if you love me, smash your PlayStation. I picked up a hammer and I swung. Mid-swing, she stopped me and I was happy. And she was happy that I had proved my love. Should I stay or should I leave her?
That's a toxic relationship.
Yeah, so again, this is why I brought up, so it's very important in the story of Abraham and Isaac to understand it's a type of God's son going up the hill to be sacrificed for our sake. So the story is not only testing Abraham's faith, it's also a type of God himself sacrificing for all of humanity. So it's not just a test of Abraham's faith. That is one portion of the story, but that's not all of it.
You got it.
But let me be clear. If your girlfriend is telling you to choose between her or the PlayStation, then the God of War Advanced Edition comes out in a few months, and you should probably go with that.
This one coming in from Adam Dole says, does putting people in prison cause social damage?
I dream of it.
Who's that to?
Amongst the wild threads
you can
of history,
each have a crack at it if you like.
Myriad of paths.
Oh, right. So here's the thing: the prison system sucks. It doesn't work because it's not run well. Let's look in Scotland, for instance. There's so many people crammed into prisons that last year they had to release 425 violent or sexual offenders early just to make space in prison. Prisons are not effective. In America, prisons are just a money-making place. They don't care about the people and rehabilitation. Prisons are supposed to be something to help society, to help rehabilitate someone so they can be a useful member of society. But unfortunately,
that is but a taste of our fury.
Do you yield? I do not.
Significance.
It seems to me that in order for something to be significant, to be important, it needs to make a difference. That's what it means to be significant. And so if no matter what you do, everything winds up the same, your choices are ultimately insignificant. That is to say, they're inconsequential. And naturalism,
systems in both America and the UK are run by incompetent dickheads.
I generally agree, so I won't answer that.
You agree that the prisons in the U.S., you guys both agree that generally, or at least large swaths of the prison system in each of your countries are corrupt, basically?
I don't know if the right
I don't
word,
know about,
but
yeah, I don't think corrupt's the right word.
In America, they're privately owned things, right? They're there to make money. Which is what the purpose of it is. Whereas in the UK, it's owned by the government, but they're just ridiculously inefficient and overcrowded. I don't think either way works.
I would especially agree with the point about inefficiency, and I would extend that to the legal system itself.
Got it. This one from Adam. Justin Henley says, Craig, define a Christian. Let's have a poll to see if the audience agrees with you. If not, you are a cow's putter because I said so.
Christian is someone that follows Jesus.
Muslims follow Jesus.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do. They consider him to be a greater prophet than even Muhammad.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
The Muslims would disagree.
There are some Muslims who disagree, but all of them consider him to be a highly esteemed prophet. They follow Jesus. So Muslims are Christians based on your definition.
They don't follow Jesus, though. They follow Muhammad. They
claim to follow Jesus. They claim to follow Jesus.
Muslims follow the teachings of Muhammad, not the teachings of Jesus.
They claim to follow Jesus. If you ask a Muslim if they follow Jesus,
Muslims do not claim to follow Jesus.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
No, they do not. Muslims do not follow the word of Jesus. They follow the word of Muhammad.
This one coming in from Megan Marie says, God unjustly killed people in the story of Noah's Ark and orders his followers to unjustly kill through genocide. God does murder Luigi.
Okay, I mean, I've addressed this multiple times. I addressed the second part earlier with the hyperbole and the fact that, again, the Amalekites show up later in Old Testament passages, and I again would ask, by what standard are you giving God this? Your distaste in your mouth that God did something wrong is not a standard of morality. I need something more than just you don't like it.
This from Adam Dole says, all Craig knows how to do is filibuster. Craig, I have a feeling you disagree.
Yeah, I don't know if any of these people know what filibuster means. Succinctly explaining your point and rebutting the opponent's point is not filibustering. It is doing what you're supposed to do in a debate. I understand that your short attention span has been created by you constantly watching TikToks of Subway Surfer, but that is not my problem.
Wow. I don't know what Subway Surfer is.
What? No, it's not. That was like a 10 years ago. Subway Surfer.
Artful Dot Jr. says Isaiah 45:7 states, quote, I form the light and create darkness, and make well-being and create calamity, and the Lord does all these things. You can say the translation.
That was my point earlier. That was my point earlier, that it's correctly translated as calamity.
Gotcha. This one coming in from you appreciate. Forgive me, lost my spot here. Let me just find that. Like a boomer over here. What does it say? Thank you for your patience. ZV says when Craig passes and sees God, he's gonna start crying about how he was murdered, laughing my butt off.
That's not something to Ellen.
Am I gonna get murdered? I doubt it.
Richie says Craig bringing up murdering babies being wrong, but secular humanism says it's okay to kill babies in the womb. Can you explain?
Yeah, that's a fetus, not baby.
This one coming in from Artful Dot Jr. says God supports abortion. The Bible has proof.
The Bible supports abortion?
This one from...
I mean, again, like... Oh, okay, sorry. Again, like, whatever passage they're bringing up, that their interpretation is that the Bible supports abortion, We again we're not going to take some random person's interpretation. We're going to take the Orthodox Church's interpretation of that passage, and obviously the Orthodox Church's stance is against abortion. So
this one coming in from Justin Henley says, God made the law, then murdered legal murder. Justin, please, why you do this to me? Jack Attack MMA, I'll figure out what that one meant soon. Jack Attack says, UK #1 name is Muhammad, plus 25% first generation migrants by 2035. First, all right, let's break this down, because Craig, you might know about this because you're way closer than we are. We are all the way over here in the western part of the US. Is it true that UK, the #1 name is Muhammad? Not that that would show that secular humanism is false.
The world, the most popular name in the world. Let me check.
Muhammad is the most popular name in the world.
Again, no offense to Jack Attack for asking this question. And it obviously doesn't really show that secular humanism or Christianity is a better foundation for ethics. Well, maybe they're trying to argue. I'm going to read between the lines for them. Maybe they're
name in UK.
So they say, and then they say 25% of first generation migrants by 2035. There'd still be a minority though. So they say, so of course Craig brings up Hungary, which is massively anti-immigration. So they're saying, I think they're saying like, Craig, secular humanist immigration policies are like too open. And he's saying like, Craig, you're purposely picking secular humanist countries that just so happen to have like tight immigration policies so that you can avoid addressing the implied, I guess, idea that secular humanism.
No, I didn't. I mentioned France, Germany, the Scandinavian countries, Hungary. I mentioned a bunch of different countries, and some have stronger immigration policies than others. That doesn't change the fact that they all have in place measures to potentially increase the birth rate, which will be looked at in a few years and see where we are. So
they also sorry. They also called you a dingbat. All right, this next one, Paleo Lungaro.
I like dingbat.
It's like a term of endearment. It's like a love language.
I've been called worse things. That's for sure. Like
Hello.
when Austin Witt, the chubby cripple.
Paulo Longaro. Did he really say that? Yikes. This is from...
Yeah, he did. It's in my face just outside the VIP dinner area.
Oh. Paulo Longaro says, I'm a Christian, but Craig brings up a good point about God himself. Said he's going to wipe out S and G, not evil. Is it S as in... I was like, is it like... I'm Christian, but Craig brings up a good point. God himself said he is going to wipe out... I could think like S would maybe be like sin, but the G I don't know. S and G, like a G as in Gerard, and that's where I'm like, I don't know what that was supposed to be. Writing, we'll come back to that one. Let me know in chat, Paulo, and I'll try to reread it. Writing Jake says, Luigi, you said God doesn't murder, but he killed 42 kids for making fun of a bald guy, and Uzzah for protecting a sacred item.
Yeah, so the story of Elisha, they were not kids, they were young men who were mocking the prophet of God and therefore mocking God. So that is, in that context, it was justified. But, and again, you have no standard.
Wait, hold on.
And no,
it was
you have
justified. Let me just clarify. You're saying it's justified to kill somebody because they mocked them.
If to God, yes, your creator has the authority.
Oh, what a petty asshole your God is.
You have no leg to stand on, Craig, to say it's unjustified. You're just asserting
That's
it.
mean. You know I'm giving an amputation. I take offense to that.
Right. You can take all the offense you want. Like, you feeling uneasy about it does not mean it's wrong.
Pushed over your head. Dude,
okay.
It's not okay to kill somebody because they got mocked. That's not cool.
Says who?
What you do is you go, oh, but you're an asshole.
Okay, Craig, your opinion.
I'm going to murder you.
Your opinion is that's wrong. My opinion is it's not. So what? How do we break that down?
That means that you like murder as well as murdering babies.
It's not murder. It's not unjustified. You have to demonstrate that it's unjustified.
Mocking somebody is not a justified reason. Mocking somebody is not a justified reason to kill them.
Okay, now we'll. I do want to. So the question is originally for Luigi, so I want to give you the last word on this, Luigi, because they originally. So basically, they brought. They said, hey, it's murder because, for example, the 42 children killed for mocking the bald person.
They're not children. So I just want to emphasize, the Hebrew word there is they're young men who are making a mockery of God, and so that's why they were killed.
Hey guys, if you mock God, it's to murder them.
In that particular context, Craig, yes. And you have no justification for saying that's wrong. You have zero.
Yeah,
other than that you don't
murder
like it.
is wrong.
Other than that you don't like it.
Yeah, because it's wrong.
But based on what? Based on the fact that you don't like it.
Based on you unalive somebody and they stop existing.
That's just what happened. That's just what happened.
Yeah, which is wrong.
Is it wrong to kill Hitler?
Removing somebody's life is wrong.
Based on what, Craig? How is it any
The fact that they then stop existing is wrong.
From your perspective,
pain and suffering from other people.
From your
the
perspective,
fact that you think that you
hold
have
on,
to
gentlemen.
justify
All right, hold on. I do have to. Like I said, I do want to give. So the original question was meant to challenge Luigi, and so given that the questioner is challenging him, and then Craig, I know that you want to challenge him too, but I don't want it to be like as if it's like ganging up. So I do want to give Luigi the last word.
Sorry.
I've already stated my response. I don't under his framework. It's no different. He has no justification to say it's wrong any more than a tiger eating its prey.
This is, hold on, we're gonna go back to a question that came in because he's right. I am kind of, I like your sassiness, Justin. So Justin earlier said, he had the question where, oh gosh, where'd it go? Remember when I was talking about S and G?
Oh yeah. And he was asking about like potentially innocent life that was. I'm guessing that's what he's asking about.
Okay. I loved his most recent. Oh, it wasn't even him. It was actually, but he answered on behalf of Paulo. Thank you, Justin Henley. He said, Sodom and Gomorrah, you illiterates. That's good. Paulo's question was, I'm a Christian, but Craig brings up a good point. God himself said he was going to wipe out S&G, Sodom and Gomorrah, not evil.
Yeah, so Sodom and Gomorrah specifically, we know for a fact there was not a single righteous person in Sodom and Gomorrah. So that the entire city was full of unlimited degeneracy and all kinds of disgusting practices. So again, this is another example of God wiping out evil, and people are complaining about it when they complain when God doesn't wipe out evil.
Or someone told somebody that there was stuff going on in that wasn't true, and they wiped it out because God said so. Cool.
Very cool. If God wiped it out, that's probably pretty shitty.
Or M. Bison would win in a slap.
Very cool, actually.
Well, I would probably say that...
I don't cry for the poor Amalekites or their shitty babies.
Trained Ken and Rose, frankly. And that point, but Akuma's got those guns. Bison, he's just got his military and his powers. So I reckon Akuma would win. To be fair.
These are some of your friends in Scotland, Craig.
No, I just I play a lot of Street Fighter.
Hyperbole.
Oh, okay. Adam Dole says in the BPF debate. Oh, okay. So Big Papa Fascist, as Andrew Wilson used to be called. Which, by the way, I'm not defending Andrew because I'm kind of apathetic towards Andrew. I'm like, yeah, okay, we get along well enough. But when he says he's like Big Papa Fascist, I think some people don't realize that he's trolling. I do want to clarify that because sometimes if you're like, James, are you platforming a self-proclaimed fascist? It's like, well, he's trolling by calling himself that. Anyway, they say in that debate, but Craig said that essentially don't do things that cause harm. He has now changed standards again on another topic. What did he change?
No, my point has always been that secularists do whatever is there to make the least harm. I want to be clear, in my debate against Andrew, I was very, very nervous and slipped up many of my words and stuff, and I was in a very hostile environment. 90% of the audience were his, and some words slipped. But what I always mean is that it's about reducing harm. We can't do no harm all of the time. It's about harm reduction.
I just want to say I do think you this has been your best out of the 3 debates for sure.
Oh, thank you. And sorry for going a bit FTFy on you, but I'm tired.
It's debate. That's what happens.
It's fun. It's lively. I know sometimes I seem cranky, but I like a passionate debate like this way more than a boring debate. It's honestly so demoralizing.
Some say less is more, but at Meyer, we believe in more for less. Some more to love. That's the good life, priced for real life. We do more to make life a good deal better at Meyer.
That fucking Bart Simpson, dude. That sounds like Bart Simpson.
I do want to say about Andrew James that a lot of people stuff on him, and he's got a character which can seem, quite, not for a lot of people. But I spent a lot of time with Andrew at DebateCon, and he was nothing but an absolute gentleman to me. And not just him, but his wife and the entire Crucible crew were incredibly nice to me, and it made the weekend even better for me.
Yeah, I like Rachel. I'm fine with Andrew. But Pseudonym says, Luigi, if God told you to harm someone, would you do it? If no, are you a secularist against the Bible version, parentheses, Moabites? If yes, are you being a good, fruitful Christian?
No, so this is a common gotcha question from atheists, but what's interesting about the Orthodox perspective is since we believe that divine public revelation has ceased, we do not trust anything that comes to us and says it's God. So because it can always be some sort of demonic force. So we're told in the Orthodox Church it always needs to be interpreted through anytime we have a dream or any sort of vision, it always must be interpreted through the Orthodox Church. And if it's someone that's telling me to do something like that, then it's almost certainly probably a demon, especially in this context.
Dreams are just your brain defragging, right?
I mean, the nature of dreams, I'm not sure why that's relevant.
Dreams? What was the last dream you had, Craig?
The last dream I had was actually a packing dream because I'm moving home. And here's the thing, I hate these packing dreams because no matter how much you pack, you're never finished and no one else is ever helping and you're always late for what you need to be doing. I hate packing dreams.
Wow, I've never even had a packing dream in my whole life. It sounds like you've had more than one.
Yeah, whenever I get stressed, I have packing dreams. It's like an anxiety thing, I think.
Wow, you know what my anxiety dream is? I'm going to play a football game because I used to play football in college, and I am I show up first, I'm late, and then I forgot my helmet or something. And by that I mean American football. If you're confused,
y'all know it's creepy. Y'all know it's creepy though. We're on our phones for hours a day. I've never had my phone show up in a dream, never once.
Oh.
No, you're right. You're right. I've had other people have their phones in a dream, and then I was like, dream, and I woke up. But yeah.
Oh, that is weird though that we don't have. I've never had a dream where I was in my. Wow. This is weird. This one from Iron Horse. Craig's buddy is in the live chat. He's talking about his inappropriate dreams.
Drinking enough to type, is he?
He's talking about his adult dreams. This one from Buff Hardback says he doesn't even know what evolution is. Evolution isn't only passing down things that are good traits. It's just altering traits randomly. It isn't conscious. It doesn't know, quote, what's good or bad. Unquote. I think that's for you, Luigi.
Oh yeah, okay.
No, that's definitely for. I mean, that's exactly what my point was initially when I read the C.S. Lewis quote, where he's talking about how if it's an accidental process, why are we trusting it for value statements? That was exactly my point. I think the question is for Craig, but I could be wrong.
Maybe you're right. Sorry about that. Craig, go ahead.
Yeah, like I said, evolution isn't just about passing down genes and having more babies. Evolution is random mutations that then, whichever is the mutation that adapts to the environment the best is the one that increases. So when Luigi was saying that evolution, it's an evolution imperative to have babies and stuff, that's kind of not what evolution is. That was the point.
You got it. This one coming in from Hallie says Craig's epistemic justification. So if you want to explain what that, epistemic justification would be like, how do you know what is the truth, folks, is what they're saying. They say Craig's epistemic justification for what harm is about as non-existent as his wiener. They say W. Luigi, total orthodox.
I mean, if they want to check out my OnlyFans, they can definitely get humongous wiener.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Little only Craig. All right.
Yeah, that's the name of my OnlyFans page. Lord have mercy.
This one from Jack Attack MMA. Right, by the way, I actually changed that super chat. But it was still approximately the same. Jack Attack MMA.
Good joke.
Says, Craig, you advocate for saving unborn children from the adoption system by literally ending them. So why not suggest the same for the prison system?
No, I didn't say you should abort instead of letting them go into the adoption system. That wasn't the thing that I was saying. I'm saying that one of the results of people not being allowed to abort children that might not be in a situation to have a baby, the result of that is that the child will end up in the adoption system. And because the majority of the children that go into adoption come from Christian families, then it shows that just having a bunch of babies isn't necessarily just the best thing. What is important is education around sex and sex protection, conception. We shouldn't be in a place where we have to have abortions. And I don't think that anyone should just be able to get an abortion because they've had a baby they don't want. But I do think that abortion is something that's necessary.
Why not, though? If you said earlier that a child doesn't have bodily autonomy, so why not? If it makes you happy, why not?
I just don't think that if you have a baby, I wish I hadn't had that, then that's a reason for abortion. But that's just a personal opinion.
Is that you're happy?
It's not my body. It's a woman's body, and she should be the one to decide what she does with her body. My opinion as to whether I agree with their reason for getting an abortion is irrelevant.
But your standard earlier was happiness, and that it would make that person happy to eliminate that child. So,
happiness is one thing. You pick up on one word. I said many other things than just happiness.
This one coming in from...
Okay, I would like to know how that child is going to... Okay, go ahead.
This one from... June says Luigi. Eve didn't know right and wrong until the apple came into play, or the fruit. They say animals never got the opportunity to know right and wrong. Therefore, animals are irrelevant to use.
No, they're not irrelevant to use if what I'm doing is I'm trying to narrow down his standard. Of course, I have a standard for why animals don't have morality like humans do. But what I'm doing is I'm pressing him on his standard because humans are just animals to him. They're just highly developed animals in his paradigm. So that
yeah.
Okay, well then it's no different than killing a human being in your paradigm. It's no different than a tiger killing his prey. And there's lots of animals that
they don't have consciousness like us. They don't have the ability to choose like us.
That's not
we are now in a position, thanks to evolution, that we can now choose to do.
That's not, because what's in question is the value of the life being taken. And if an animal, or if a human is just an animal, then the value of the animal's life being taken is the same as the value of the human being taken.
No.
Yes.
Because humans have the ability to choose. And are conscious.
That's not relevant to the value of the animal and the value of the human.
Yes, it is. That's what kind of makes it
is not relevant.
Intelligence is what makes whether you should kill a creature or not. We shouldn't eat dolphins and octopus because they're really smart, you know?
So wait a minute. So if you have a really dumb human being, we can kill them because they're dumber than. What if you have a human that has a lower IQ than a dolphin? We can kill them.
They don't exist. I didn't say you should kill dolphins either. You're just making up.
But if you have a human that has a super low IQ, you can kill them because value is based on intelligence.
No, they're still way more intelligent than any animal or crystal.
But you just said intelligence was your standard for value. So if you have a really dumb person...
I said intelligence is my value on whether I would eat something or not.
But the question was...
not one of your, skills.
What was in question was the value of an animal versus the value of a human, since they are...
Yeah, and that then led to another topic of conversation, which I said I wouldn't eat something if it was intelligent.
So you still haven't answered the objection of how do we figure out that humans are more valuable than animals?
Because we can choose.
That's not an answer. That's not relevant to the value of a human.
If you don't like the answer, that's your problem.
It's not relevant to value.
We must move forward. This one from ZB says, Craig, bruh, what is you talking about? This is all in caps. How you don't know Muslims believe Jesus is the Messiah? OMG.
Well, Muslims don't think Jesus is the... Oh, he's also being sarcastic. Yeah, Muslims don't think Jesus is the Messiah or the Son of God. Or...
Yes, they do. They do think he's the Messiah. It's in the Quran.
Muslims do not think Jesus was the Son of God.
No, but they believe he's the Messiah. They believe he's the Messiah. That's in the Quran.
They do not believe he is the Son of God. They do not believe he was the magical savior of everybody.
What they're referencing is your definition of Christian was someone who follows Jesus.
They do not follow Jesus. They follow Muhammad.
They claim to.
They follow Muhammad. They don't follow
Chapter
Jesus.
3.
Jesus is a prophet, not the one.
Chapter 3, verse 45 of the Quran. Remember when the angels proclaimed, "O Mary, Allah gives you good news of a word from Him. His name will be the Messiah, Jesus."
Yeah, they don't follow him. They follow Muhammad.
They claim to follow Jesus.
They follow Muhammad.
This one from Cool B1C.
Rolls off the
Can
tongue,
we get a real applause
Englishman?
for Craig?
Woo! Come on, James, clap.
My hands are occupied. This one from Aisha. But I will say this, folks. Our guests. We have more questions, so stick around. Don't leave. Our guests are in the description box. There are links lie waiting for you. We really do appreciate our guests. In fact, I mean that's like an understatement. They're the lifeblood of the channel, so we are eternally grateful for them. I do have to say, Craig has been such a good sport lately with these. Craig usually debates flat Earth. That's not to say that he hasn't done any reading on religion topics, but it's obviously relative to his massive specialization in flat Earth versus globe Earth. It is nonetheless a new topic area, despite having done some reading. So I do want to say we appreciate Craig always being a good sport that way. And we also appreciate Luigi. It's the first time, and I know that Luigi, I could tell while setting up this debate, was the kind of guy that really likes to prepare for debates, which I actually like from debaters because it means it's going to be a higher quality debate. So I do want to say we appreciate Luigi coming on, especially with my informal way of setting up debates of just hey, yeah, here, this time. So we do appreciate both of our guests. Check out their links in the description. And Steve from Wimhaven says, you lost me with the justified children's sacrifice. The justification of it being wrong is the feeling God put in our hearts telling us it's wrong.
Is that for me? Can you read it one more time? The wording was weird. Can you read it one more time?
They say, you lost me with the justified children's sacrifice idea. They say the justification of it being wrong is the feeling God put in our hearts telling us that it's wrong.
I don't justify child sacrifice. But what I'm saying is that I don't see how anybody who subscribes to something other than God, who is the definition of good, has a leg to stand on to say it's bad. That's my point.
God is not the definition of good.
Yes, he is.
Every dictionary. Can you point to the dictionary where good, God is included?
It's the grounding for goodness, which we've shown throughout this evening.
God kills children.
I assume my worldview. And therefore,
And
you're
I'm
wrong.
saying, even if that were true,
I'm
you have
the
no
rationalist.
leg to stand on to say it's wrong.
Okay, buddy.
No,
I'm sorry. I can absolutely say that killing children is wrong.
No, you can't. Oh,
By what standard? And that's if I
like
grant
it?
that that's even what happened, which I don't.
But the Bible, God killed everybody. That includes the children.
Doesn't say that in the text. So you're asserting
So
that.
there was no children on earth when he made the flood, was there?
Well, I've already given the example of the hyperbole with the Amalekites. We've been through this with the Great Flood. I don't know how many times.
Did God kill everybody with the flood? Yes or no?
That's not a yes or no question, because there are different views on that question. There are different views.
Only one of those views can be wrong.
There are plenty of people. Yes, there are plenty of people who believe in a local flood. There are plenty of people who believe in that.
Local flood? What does that mean?
Yes, meaning it didn't cover like every single space in the earth. It didn't wipe out every single person.
And did that?
What we do know is it wiped out an evil society. That's what we know.
And was there children in that society?
Doesn't say that in the text.
So that society contained no children.
It's not relevant. It's not relevant to your standard of morality.
Well, it is. Killing kids is wrong.
In your opinion, it is.
This one from Jack Attack MMA says, they say, now they're quoting you, Craig. I mean, according to them. They say, Craig, babies could be harmed in adoption. Did I mention that God is evil? You get their
I didn't say
argument.
that. Yeah, I get their argument, but it's a straw man of what I'm saying. I'm not saying we should abort all babies so they don't go into adoption. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that proper health care can stop these things happening, and abortion can be there for the reasons that it needs to. But the fact that we just, that religion just stops protection and contraception and forces people to have babies when, they're victims of rape and stuff like that, or too young to have the baby can cause problems, and that's when abortion can be something that can be used, and to take that away is just wrong.
Aisha's Goat says, to the live chat crew, I want to post a question. Someone give me a recommendation. Right. Paulo Angaro says, Craig's right. Muslims follow the teaching of Muhammad, but they recognize Jesus as a prophet. So I think that Paulo is trying to say that, like the same way Christians might recognize that Moses was a prophet, but they would say that they follow Jesus rather than Moses.
For social credit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Just because they recognize that Yeshua is a prophet does not mean they don't claim to follow Jesus. That's like saying me saying I follow Jesus means I don't follow Abraham. That's like what that's saying.
From Justin Henley says Sodom and Gomorrah. We got that one. Aisha's Goat says, Craig, you recognize denial when it happens to you.
Do I recognize denial when it happens to me? Yeah, I've seen many flat earthers in denial that the earth isn't flat until I beat the stupid out of them with facts.
Wow. Facts and logic beat down. Cool. Says, really good. I like these guys. Steve from
Wormhaven.
Thank you. We got, actually, I just realized we got back. This one from Richie says, did we ask this one? Why is murdering someone in the womb okay, Craig?
It's like the same thing like 5 times over.
We're almost at the end, I promise. Justin Honey says, Vulcan trained Ryu and Pen. I remember Ryu.
Oh no, you're right. Sorry, I said Akuma trained. Right, it was Goku, wasn't it? Yeah, Akuma.
And then Tom. Oh, and then
as well.
Paulo Longaro says Sodom and Gomorrah. You can also include the flood. God did that, not.
Yeah, they're basically saying God evil.
This is Richie. So we got that one. This one from ZB. They say Craig makes low-tier arguments about Christianity. He can't even understand how to approach topics under different Christian structures. I think they mean like.
This whole different Christian structures, I don't buy with it. You're Christian. And you don't get to claim that someone else isn't Christian because you have a particular definition of Christian. Anyone that follows Jesus in the Bible in the way that Christians do is a Christian. If you don't follow the Bible and the teachings of Jesus, then you're not a Christian.
Well, so Roman Catholics, Orthodox, and Protestants have a different canon of Scripture. So which Bible are you talking about?
Well, there's lots of different versions of the Bible.
No, I'm not talking about versions. I'm talking about the books of the Bible.
Yeah, there's lots of different ones. Of
so
many different versions.
Which ones are you referring to? Because you're saying they follow the Bible. Okay, which one?
Well,
like now, okay, so the Mormons added a bunch of verses in Genesis. Okay. So you think Mormons are...
That's just as legit as the rest of your Bible.
How is that any different than the Muslims just adding an additional book, the Quran? How is that any different?
Because the Mormons still say they follow Jesus in the Bible, not the Quran.
Depends on the Mormon. Depends on the Mormon, to be honest.
This one coming in from Burnham says you can use intuition alone to refrain from murdering someone to keep your freedom. For example, right or wrong choices. Burnham also says, Luigi, will abortion be okay in the future if people just say the phrasing of the killing was hyperbolic and it was God's plan?
This is just making a mockery of hyperbole of ancient Near Eastern cultures. And again, we know for a fact it was hyperbole because the descendants of the Amalekites show up later in the scriptures.
But remember, guys, it's fine to murder people if they mock you.
Not murder. It's not murder.
This one from Justin Henley says animals cannot choose. Isn't choosing just a chemical reaction and thus subject to physics? Can chemical reactions choose to not obey physics?
Okay, so the difference between humans choosing and animals choosing is we have more than just our instincts to go on. We have our intuition, we have our experiences, we have our intelligence and empathy. Animals don't have that. Oh, maybe my dog does, the way he looks at me after he slaps me in the morning, but animals in general work on instinct. They don't choose in the same way that humans do. Yes, it is all, both in humans and animals, simply chemical and electrical reactions in the brain. However, our brain is much more developed and allows us to have such things as empathy.
This one from Dano says, for both of our speakers, if aborting babies with mental or physical disabilities would lead to a more flourishing population in the future, what's wrong with that?
Well, my goal isn't...
They ask Craig. They say Craig. We hear first, and then Luigi.
Okay, sorry.
It's a difficult question. Should if you know that the baby's got an issue in the womb, would it be better for that baby and the parents if that baby was aborted? Possibly, but does that mean
how you got to deal with how most
that baby couldn't have a decent life? For instance, my uncle, who had Down syndrome. When he was born, before he was born, my gran was told to abort him, but my gran chose not to, and he had an amazing life. And in fact, I would say that his life made humanity better because he made so many other people happy. So it's a hard question with more than one answer, and I don't really want to.
Yeah, and I actually appreciate Christ's perspective on this. I think the same question was asked a similar question was asked at Andrew Wilson's debate with you. And yeah, I mean, it's obviously wrong. And also I would say that like a flourishing society is an ambiguous term, and I don't know in what way would murdering a child with Down syndrome bring a flourishing society anyway. But I think it's a travesty that some of these nations have eliminated Down syndrome because they detect it in the womb and then they abort every single one of those babies. And to Craig's point, I think Down syndrome, there's like studies on this. People with Down syndrome are like some of the happiest people in the world. They're like super happy.
Oh yeah, my uncle never ever had a frown on his face. He was the happiest, strongest person in the world. Oh my god. Me and him would arm wrestle and like nearly snapped the shoulder. It was crazy.
Have you seen, I don't know if you guys have seen the Shane Gillis like piece on this where he talks about his uncle who had Down syndrome, and he's like sneaking grilled cheeses into like restaurants and stuff. He's like just living life.
We want to say thank you to our guests. They are tremendous. They have stuck themselves into our hearts. We love them very much. Tremendous guests. I want to say thank you, Craig and Luigi. Seriously, it's been a fun time, you guys. You guys make this fun. Folks, check out their links in the description box. That includes the podcast. So within 24 hours of every debate being live on Moderated Debate, we put it on the podcast, which you can find on Apple Podcasts. You can find it on Spotify. Bottom right of your screen right now, you can see Stitcher, you name it. We're on the podcast app.
How do your podcast do, James?
I think it's like an average of like 2,400 downloads per show. So it's thousands, but not many more thousands compared to the YouTube. And I frankly probably wouldn't recommend it if a person were considering going onto a podcast format now. I think
I was just wondering if it's how do you do it? You just take the audio and upload it.
Yeah, I use a website called Red Circle, which we do. I love them. But it's just, I think that podcast is going to lose. I think that the podcast format is going to die away slowly, and I think it's strange. And I know that there are some boomers out there that still use it. Not even I use it, and I'm like the most boomer of all. It's just that, you know, I used to download podcasts, like that, but now it's just data. It's just so easy. It's so cheap to listen to YouTube wherever you are. So I don't know. I don't know if I'd recommend it. It's just like, man, I think it's kind of going downhill. I think, you know, YouTube even has like now, like they try to, like they've purposely moved into that space where they have like, you can make your YouTube videos like podcast content. Basically, I think it just means it's available in the YouTube Music app. I think that's basically the difference, but anyway. I'm so glad.
Still can't believe you know what Subway servers was, James. That's insane. You gotta download it and play it now.
What was the phrase?
I played it in Subway servers. I played it all like in high school. I used to play that game. Yeah.
Let me look this up. This is
Jetpack Joyride. Jetpack Joyride. That was also a super fun one. Like Zombieland. Those were all banging back in high school.
It's like Subway, like the underground train, not the restaurant.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. It's like what's the one Temple?
Really? This is a game that has been popular for a decade.
The way that you're wearing these glasses is just like it's even more boomer. It's like, what is this game, dude?
I've never even heard of this game. People in chat, heard of this Subway Surfers? I've heard of Candy Crush. Is that, people still play that?
Jesus Christ.
I actually don't know what kids play these days. I'm from Brooklyn.
But check out our links of our guests in the description box. We appreciate them. We'll let our guys go. It's we got a lot of stuff they've got on their plate, so I want to say thank you to them one last time. I'll be back in just a moment with a post-credit scene. Thank you, Craig, and thank you, Luigi.
Keep subscribing.
Very few punk songs are cool, but the ones that are cool are pretty cool. I don't typically like punk rock. Some of it's pretty dope. Find a cord for it. We got another camera.
Amazing. Want to say thanks for being with us. You guys, that was a good time. A good, innocent debate. Our guests, they're just good kids collecting pop cans and soda bottles and turning them in at the end of the week for change. They're good eggs. We love our guests. They're tremendous guys.
You have to have the...
We also want to say thank you to you. I see you there in the old live chat. Got a lot of folks.
Not you, but Apple searching it up all the
time. If you're in the live chat, I can see you in the live chat talking right now. Then I know you're a subscriber, because I want to say I appreciate you being a subscriber. Cool V1C, thanks for being a subscriber. Walk with the Spirit, thank you for being a subscriber. Ezekiel Bates, thanks for being a subscriber. Joe, thank you. And Dark One and Vigo and Vesper and even Iron Horse, Nasty Guy. Says never heard of it, but sounds awfully like chocolate starfish surfing. Nasty Guy. He's going to jail, folks. I'm telling you, you're gonna see it. It's coming soon. And the next, probably in the next one. Larping for Cash. Thanks for being here. J-Bar. That is us. Anon Centaur. Goodbye. Angel Murderer. Thanks for being with us. Salmon Cat. Isn't that right? Thank you for coming by. And BDK, thanks for coming by. James is an Xer, not a boomer, right? I'm actually a millennial. Yeah, don't let the glasses and the gray hair fool you.
I'm not quite sure on this.
I'm actually a millennial, just barely. But
and I have no clue what this yellow one is.
Now, Subway surfers, they told me it's not Subway the restaurant, but don't worry, it's still cool. Right you are, Ken, thanks for dropping by.
Yeah, I know, but Grandma had years and years of money she bought for us. So she gets extra mad when you do it. You think so? I'm like, you think you'd get used to it by now.
Most of the time, I'm always like, Grandma, do you care if I give this away? Because it'll
TJ, thanks for being a member. Dylan Mokes, thanks for being a subscriber. B, thanks for coming by. Glad that you're with us. Right you are, Ken. Thanks for coming by. And AAE, happy to have you here. Autumn's happy to have you with us. Thanks for being a subscriber. Peter John Demonzi, thanks for being a subscriber. Appreciate that. We gotta tell you, let's see. Iron Horse says, yeah, got some subway surfing to do, LOL. Nasty guys. They're gonna, Iron Horse, I says, no, you start getting ready for prison. They're gonna pass you around like a bag of Oreos there. DBK says James has a special relationship with Subway for life.
Yeah, it went way up, and they would just have like tons of food in there then. It was weird.
Tremendous restaurants. One on every corner. I gotta tell you.
Okay. I'll see how it goes. And
you know what I don't
if I think they need a little more food, you can always just push the button and it'll drop one thing out.
Because of my circumstances. But at the same
we'll just play it by ear.
Subway's overpriced. To the point where even I don't want to go there. Because I'm like, do they really want to go? It's like, I want to kind of save it for special occasions because it's $15 for a foot-long sub. I feel like I've got a budget for that. $15 for a lunch sandwich? It might be a big sandwich, but geez, $15. I feel like now if I tell people
she got ACL tear?
In high school, it was the cool thing that there'd be
That's a bad injury.
It's like when I was a kid and I would have like old people tell me that when they were, a kid, like a soda was like 5 cents.
What happened?
I was like, that's not
How did it
possible.
happen?
How old did you tear your ACL?
Big of a difference. But yes, Iron Horses, especially guiding you to the subway, and Wigface, nasty guy. YouTube is gonna track him down and put him in YouTube jail. But we want to say thank you for being supporters. Now, believe me, the girl deserves it. Nobody feels sorry for him. But now, you guys might not notice in chat, a lot of
Grandma asked me to put it like on
and then they'll be like, ooh, you know, flirting, hey sailor, like, what are you doing tonight? And it's like, okay, you know you're a guy behind that female avatar. And the same thing with like on Twitter, which I feel like quite the gangster when all these like bots that are trying to market like, I don't know, like basically like we'll say adult content. They are liking my tweets and I feel like I'm king.
Hello?
Twitter.
What did I miss? What?
Did you forget?
Yeah.
It's alright. It was a boring game anyway.
What did I miss?
The Hall of Fame game.
I know, but what happened is what I'm saying.
The guy, so it was a linebacker they were letting bring out the ball then? And he fumbled it, and they were letting him try some returns, and he fumbled it, and LA got the ball, and so that was that.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So he probably won't get to do that again. Oh, they let him do it again? And he was okay? Oh, okay.
That's funny though.
Yeah, did you? So, that's alright, I'm going to bed, so.
I was laying down when you called, so I didn't see your call, and then Jill just told me that you were looking for me.
Oh. Sorry.
Yeah.
Are you tired?
Yeah, a little bit.
Taking that other medicine?
I just got him today, because the fucking giant eagle is weird.
Oh.
So I took them earlier, and then I'm gonna take a little bit more here in a little bit.
Alright, well, we gotta finish that application.
Yeah, I'll come over for sure.
But will you, take Steve up to the hospital tomorrow? You can just, like, start subtracting these from reality.
Well, it's no big deal. It's not, I mean, you know, I'm happy to help Aunt Pam.
I know. She got confused again today, but then tonight, then she starts texting me and we start talking about songs because she said her nurse's name is Brandy. And, so we were talking about that song. And she was fine. And she was getting off to watch Jeopardy. So she was okay. But the nurse was like guilting me. She's like, well, you know, her family needs to be up here. And I'm like, or needs to be with her, you know, supporting her. And I'm like, well, we're old and she's younger than we are. You know?
Yeah, we're all trying to visit. I mean, I haven't went in yet, but, you know, it's a long time out of my day to do what I'm doing. And it's like right in the middle of my work time, and I will not work in the afternoon because I don't want someone to take me the wrong way and fucking something dangerous happen, you know?
Right. Well,
And they're more likely to do it.
well, he can go up early, I'm thinking.
Well, the Earlier would be better for me, honestly. Or later, either one.
Like what's later?
Like 3.
Out tomorrow, so earlier is probably going to be better.
Yeah, earlier is better for me. I don't like to be out. 5 o'clock is like too late. I already feel like it's getting too dangerous out there.
Okay. Well, I'll let him know that you want him to be ready early. But you missed out on pasta visual.
Oh, that's trash.
Oh, there's leftover. I mean, you know,
Okay.
fucking pizza you can.
Oh yeah, comes over sometime.
I made it for Dad while I'm trying to get over whatever bug I had, and that way he'd have something to eat. Just can't eat red sauce. So depressing. 'Cause that's everything. Pizza, spaghetti. All food I like.
Pizza spaghetti.
Pizza, comma, spaghetti.
I know.
What? Pizza, spaghetti might be good.
Right. You gotta go full carnivore for a minute. Just for a little bit. Reset your gut biome.
Yep, like all meat.
Yep. All meat. Now you might not be able to do full carnivore because of the diabetes, but you know, you just have to ask your doctor or play it by ear type stuff.
Well, I'll try to eat more meat because I don't eat a lot of meat. So I'll try that.
Yep.
Eat more of it.
More meat, less bread. I know you love bread, but less meat, or more meat, less grain in general. Bread, rice, porridge, oatmeal. All that shit.
Well, I haven't really been eating grain, or, well, this week, because I'm eating pepperoni. Was the cheese good? Cheddar. The cheese that I put out today was Amish cheese from the Amish market. No, it's good. They fit right in. Why didn't you just hand it to me? I've been doing this for 40 years. Putting paper plates in big baggies.
Yes, you have. That was your version of saran wrap. I mean, you also use saran wrap, but anyway.
I still wanted to eat some of that, but not taking a chance. I gotta work tomorrow. I gotta go to the mall and do the career fair.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Should order some Uber Eats while you're there. Just kidding.
Well, I haven't had. Well, that all depends on my stomach tomorrow. Like, I did good today. I don't have that grindy, you know, that shaky,
Right.
but I had it earlier, but it seemed to go away, so we'll see if I can get back on my food. Here's the issue. I have this problem from having the gallbladder out where if I don't get up and eat a piece of bread in the morning, a piece of toast or a bagel, first thing, I will get sick. I'll get diarrhea because all that bile will just go right through. And Allison said that same thing happens to her after she had her gallbladder out.
Yeah.
I don't get to be like June and Pam and all them and eat every piece of garbage there is on earth and not get affected by it.
Gotta drink more milk. That's the key.
I do drink milk, but
Not enough.
But ChatGPT told me that even though it's been almost 2 years since I had C. diff, I still probably have raw intestines.
Probably.
Because it takes a really long time to recover from that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's probably why tomatoes and like potato chips and things like that, you know, fuck me up. Oh, there's Jill. Alright, I'll let you go play your game. I'm gonna talk to your kid.
Alrighty.
Alright, I love you.
I love you.
Bye.
Bye. What, Papa?
I like dead naming it just to show blatant.
Now we gotta go help people customize and save hundreds with Liberty Mutual. Lima, where's the golf cart? There it is. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Monday.com's AI blocks are a total game changer.
Excuse me if I find that hard to believe.
You know that llamas are biologically incapable of lying, right?
Does that come with knowledge?
Monday.com's AI blocks are designed to specifically help you at your work. Plus, you don't need to learn anything new.
So what? I just use it? No prompts or anything?
Let me show you how powerful it is. Sending bulk emails used to take hours. Now, AI summarizes, translates, personalizes, and sends them out in seconds.
I can definitely use that.
Now you're getting it. AI can sift through hundreds of CVs, contracts, or requests, pulling all the important information instantly, making your workflows 10 times more efficient. AI can summarize calls with clients and handle the manual work that follows.
Okay, but is it good for any kind of use case?
This AI fits any type of work. Marketing, sales, HR, anything. Thousands of companies are already using Monday.com's AI blocks.
I'm finally ready to let go of my AI phobia.
I'm telling you, Monday.com, the first work platform you'll love to use.
Which means it's time to fuel up and turn it up with 5-Hour Energy Transfusion. It brings the bold grape, ginger, and lime flavor to your favorite golf drink, minus the alcohol, into a quick, energizing shot. Whether you're sinking birdies or just making memories with friends, this is a hole-in-one for your energy game. Let's be honest, some days on the course or off it, you just need a little extra boost to stay sharp and energized. And like, what's the wildest shot you've ever made? Was it a fluke or was it a well-calculated miracle? Golf is all about good times with good people and good flavors, of course. The grape, ginger, and lime flavors give you the best parts of the clubhouse go-to without chasing the bev cart. If you go to 5hourenergy.com today, that's the number 5hourenergy.com, you can use promo code LOCKEDONGOLF to receive 20% off your order. This offer is only valid through September 30th on one order and cannot be used with other promotions. The code is not good on subscription orders. But whether you're meeting up with friends or trying to turn 18 holes into 36, get energizing boost today when you need to power through. Order Transfusion flavored 5-Hour Energy shots today.
All right, the Guardians have played the Blue Jays already.
Okay.
At both home and road, so we will not. The Guardians will not face Shane Bieber.
Unless it's in the ALCS, you never know.
Yeah. Well, the Guardians are only behind 2 teams now in the wild card race.
The Tigers were sellers last year, then caught fire.
Yeah.
You never know. You never know. I mean, they don't have a good team on paper, but man, how bad is the lineup going to be if they trade Quan? I mean, it's bad enough to begin with.
Yeah.
Kafis.
Yeah, well, we don't even know if he can play. I don't know. I'd like to see him get a shot, but we don't know if he can play in the majors.
Recall Big Christmas.
Don't.
Jonathan Rodriguez.
Don't
get me started.
Will Wilson, Dom Nunez.
You're turning it into Ty.
I'm not saying it's going to work. I'm just saying that's what we're going to see.
I think you're just trying to get me aggravated.
That's actually exactly what
He's aggravated enough.
Which is not hard to do at the moment. I'm annoyed that the Guardians, what they're doing. I'm annoyed that the Cubs haven't made a big move yet. So I'm unhappy on both fronts. All right. Go ahead, Anthony. What are we got? We're talking about what are we talking about here?
We're talking about Shador getting.
What else would we be talking about?
The first defense.
So this morning, Zach Jackson was on my podcast, and of course we were talking about quarterbacks, amongst other things. And I feel like there's been a negative vibe about Shador Sanders lately. Zach actually said he's like, listen, he's not ready to play, but he's pretty positive about Shador Sanders, which. I don't know. I guess I haven't spoken to him in a week or whatever, or last time he was here. But he actually feels good about where Shador is. Like, he's like, the kid's talented. He's just got a lot to learn and a lot to work on. But
the news out of yesterday.
He said that there's been a lot of days where the best throw of the day has been Shador, where he's looked good. But overall, the Browns look like crap. Quarterback competition is awful. And the Browns are going to probably be a very bad team.
Well, the news from yesterday was the quarterback thing. And it wasn't a differentiation in terms of the order. It was just the first time all camp.
Yeah.
We had seen Dylan Gabriel and Shador Sanders with the second-team offense go up against the first-team defense.
Right.
And we, as a show, as a media collective, not just us, everyone, have argued tooth and nail, to the death, about the validity of practice videos, practice reps, practice tracking, all that. And while I agree with most of it being, it's practice, I do think it does matter to a sense when you get reps against the first team defense, whether you're Shador or whether you're Dylan.
Matter how.
When you get that opportunity to showcase what you can do against the Myles Garretts and the Denzel Wards and the Greg Newsoms of your team.
But what I'm saying is matter how. The statistics
No.
matter.
Well,
that's
that's
what I'm saying all along, Mike. When I say, like, this is ridiculous that people are bringing up...
I'm not talking about that.
You're saying I think this matters. It all matters.
Yeah.
It all factors in. It's just the obsession about the statistics is stupid. But of course it matters, otherwise they wouldn't do it.
Shedeur went, statistically speaking,
Yeah.
2 for 3 with a handoff in his 4 plays against the first team defense yesterday. The stats itself, once again, mean nothing.
Yeah.
These are the 4 plays, by the way, for anyone who didn't see it. He rolls out to his right here, throws it slightly behind Floria, incomplete pass. We'll let them all run through. The next play is a handoff up the middle. Schlesinger, by the way, was able to tackle. He was all over the field. Made a couple hits yesterday. We'll show that video later. The third pass was his best against the 4, rolls it slightly over, throws across his body to the middle to Laverdian, I believe his name is, for the completion. And the last completion here is a quick little out route to number 31 on Greg Newsom. Gets it in and out of his hands quickly. Down the sideline, protects him. Newsom makes the tackle. Those were all 4 plays. You saw literally everything Shedeur Sanders did against the first team defense yesterday. But I did want to show that.
Yeah.
The results, not necessarily important. The fact that he got the first team reps yesterday, I don't even think it's that big of a deal, because Stefanski had told us they were going to shuffle this week, going different quarterbacks, different groupings, all that. However, inside that locker room, when you get a young guy who's not typically going up against the Miles of the world and the Denzels in that first team defense, and you get a chance to now go up against them, it does leave some sort of impression, and it may not be a gigantic 40-yard bomb that everyone's going to remember. But the fact that he was out there, and Gabriel, and by the way, Gabriel had 4 plays too, and he was one of 2 with 2 handoffs, like essentially the same. Nothing. He threw a touchdown later, but that wasn't in the 11-on-11s. I'm trying to think of the right way to eloquate this. This was not during the 11-on-11 period, by the way. That throw was not part of those. But the fact that he's getting run against the ones inside the locker room, it gives him a chance to showcase, all right, these are some of the things I've picked up in practice. And now Miles gets a first-hand look at it. And on the opposite end of Miles is Isaiah McGuire. Yesterday, it's rotated. They get a chance to see it a little heads up, and this was a touchdown that Gabriel threw to Gage Laverdian, who broke 8 tackles on a 3-yard pass. So it technically counts as a Gabriel touchdown, but...
Was he just, like, dancing for a practice?
He was. There's plenty of those coming up.
That is embarrassing.
They
Are
were
all
doing,
teams doing that?
Yeah, I mean, that's an undrafted rookie.
I'd cut him after that.
Oh, you're out of your mind.
I'm out of my mind because I want to cut an undrafted rookie.
For just dancing after scoring a touchdown in practice?
I have no interest in a player that's going to dance in practice.
That was one of the 11-on-11 reps that Gabriel took yesterday.
But then again, I'm an old funny nutty, so how the hell do I know? Of course, he was going to eventually get some reps against the first team, and maybe with the first team, especially with Kenny Pickett hurt. You know, Kenny Pickett's not going to practice for at least another week or so. So it was an opportunity to see what he could do against a better defense in obviously an extremely small sample size. I don't know. How much do you take out of it, Jason, if anything?
I'm kind of with you. It was going to happen eventually.
Yeah.
He did fine. He looked fine. The fatigue of all of this is already wearing on me, and it's July 31st.
We even got the joint practice.
I know. I'm kind of what I'm looking forward to.
Well, I'm looking forward to real stuff.
Right.
Like that's more.
Right.
And this, at least there was tackling here, so that's an improvement on what's been.
Yeah. I wish I was going to Carolina and Philly. I'm not going. No. But I would. Let's see how they look against other teams now.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm kind of at the end of analyzing and scrutinizing every single handoff and every single throw of where we're at.
And listen, neither of the rookies is going to play week 1 unless the other 2 quarterbacks are hurt. I think that's pretty simple to me. I don't know. You look hesitant, like it could be.
There's a stupid fly real quick flying around.
Yeah.
At some point, it's right on your chair right now, Jason.
I mean, my ADD is all over the fly.
I think I may have got it.
I don't think it's. I think it's a non-zero, but I think it's unlikely that a rookie will start. I don't think it's 0. But
man, that's going to be ugly if they start one of those rookies in week 1.
I don't think it's likely.
Yeah.
Not saying it's going to happen. I just wouldn't sit here and totally rule it out. That's all.
All right. I don't know. You know,
listen. I've been the Pickett guy, right? Like
Yeah.
I've been labeled as the Pickett lover.
Oh,
and all
yeah.
of this.
Which is funny because you don't even like Pickett. You just keep saying, "I think he's going to start."
Yeah.
Not that you're standing on the table saying
Yeah.
Kenny Pickett's the best of the four.
Right. I just
Which
think,
you've never said once in the history of the show.
No, but I, if you make me pick right now, I kind of still think it's going to be Kenny Pickett.
but he's hurt.
It's not that bad.
But if it's a hamstring injury, it's got to be
July. If Lamar Jackson pulls a hamstring right now, are you worried about him starting week 1?
No, but Lamar
Okay.
Jackson has his job locked up.
Yes, but I'm saying it's July 31st. He's
Yeah.
a veteran. I don't think it's a big deal. I think he's going to be back for the week. If you miss a week and a half, if you're a veteran, miss a week and a half in July.
That means he's only going to miss a week and a half?
We'll see. I think he's coming. At first, I was kind of under the impression it was kind of severe.
Yeah.
But it sounds like he's making great progress back from this, so I think he's going to be back faster than anticipated.
The way Kevin's talked about it does not sound like he anticipates Kenny being out for a while. I mean, did you listen to his press conference yesterday, Bull?
Yeah.
I know it doesn't say a ton, but I did not get the sense.
He left the impression he's going to be back sooner than later.
Yeah.
All right. I'm just still stunned by the whole Kenny Pickett thing. I just don't see. I know Aditi loves him. I don't see what anybody sees in him. It's just, to me, it's not there. And certainly doesn't mean I'm right.
For the record, I'm with you.
I just don't see it. I don't see anything special about his game at all.
Well, I don't think they're looking for a quarterback that's going to carry them for the next 15 years.
Right.
I think they're looking at the quarterback who can carry them for the next 5 or 6 years.
I just think if you don't care about winning, and it's all about trying to find if you have a quarterback to play the rookies, and if you do want to win, if your goal is to win, at least if you're the coach, nobody can convince me, and I'm not that high on Flacco.
Flacco hasn't been that great either.
But I can't be convinced that he's not a better option.
Flacco wasn't great last year. Flacco was.
I know. I don't think he's very good, but I can't be convinced that
aside of that
better.
burst with the Browns,
yeah,
he's been bad for 6 years.
Yeah,
I hear you guys. I just don't think. I think Pickett's worse.
I'm in right in lockstep
Yeah.
with you, and it's funny because we haven't seen Dylan Gabriel, Shador Sanders on an NFL field yet.
Right.
Haven't seen it. We have seen Kenny Pickett on an NFL field in 30 different starts. He has 29 starts in his career.
Yeah.
I did not get that fly.
Guys, here's the bottom line. This is a very bad football team.
Well,
you never know. Like, if they play this season 100 times, maybe there's one time where they have a shockingly good season and win 9-10 games and make the playoffs, because there's always the anomaly, right? If you played this season 100 times, if you, did a computer version, 96% of those times, you're winning 6 games or less.
Yeah.
And probably a lot of those significantly less. Like, there's no reason why the Browns can't be the worst team in football this year.
They have the best odds on FanDuel to be the last team to win a game this season.
Because the start.
Well, part of that's their schedule.
Well, but I'm just saying that's never a good thing to be at if you're trying to be a good football.
What teams are you sure? What teams are there? Any teams you feel confident in saying will be worse than the Browns? Like, I think the Saints are going to be really bad.
That was the first team that came to mind.
That's the Saints. Am I sure they're going to be worse than the Browns? I don't know. They're in a crappy division.
No, I think the Raiders are the first.
The Raiders, they got a competent quarterback now.
Geno Smith, Gentry, and Brock Bowers.
Yeah, that's not bad. I mean, it's not great, but it's not, well.
Assuming Gentry.
Bowers, in the next couple of years might be the best tight end in football. Gentry could be the best running back in football. He's a rookie, so he's got to prove it, and Geno is at least adequate.
Yeah.
So, no, I don't think the Raiders are that bad. I don't think the Patriots are very good, but everybody's high on their young quarterback, and he showed some signs last year.
The Giants' defense should be good. Their offense isn't very good, but their defense should be good.
I think Vrabel will help the Patriots.
Probably. I think the Giants stink. I think they're going to be really bad.
What about the Vikings with McCarthy?
No, they won't be bad. They're a good team. They got a good roster.
They're really good everywhere else but quarterback.
I think they'll take a step back, but I don't think they're going to be bad. I mean, who else?
Titans, if you don't think Cam Ward's any good, but
even if he is good, I think they'll be bad. But I don't know. I don't think they'll be worse than the Browns. And
the Saints are the only other team I think on that.
The Saints are horrible.
Yeah, they're the least talented team in football, in my opinion. The Saints.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. We don't know enough about their defense. Do you? I mean, I don't know. I'm not paying attention.
I know some of the names.
I know Alvin Kamara is better than anybody on the Browns offense.
Yeah, and their offensive line's not bad, but they just
I don't know. Yeah.
Defensively speaking, they have
I don't know.
All their best players are old.
They have a terrible quarterback situation, obviously.
Myles Garrett's better than anyone on their defense.
Well,
and in the league.
He was better than anyone on anybody else's defense last year.
I'm saying him and Denzel.
Yeah, I
would
don't
be
know.
the two best players.
If the rest of the defense stinks, it doesn't matter how good Miles and Denzel are. I'm not saying it will. I'm just saying it doesn't matter. A couple of good defensive players don't matter if the rest of the defense stinks. But yeah, I mean the Browns are going to most likely be one of the 5 worst teams in the league. And there's no team, including the Saints, in my opinion, that you can clearly say is worse than the Browns. So we can, dicker around with the quarterback arguments all we want. The only way the Browns probably surprise is if either their defense plays at an all-time great level, as they did for a while 2 years ago, or the rookies, or I'll even say Kenny Pickett, shock us and play great.